All right, so yeah, welcome to the first election of the Empire of the Blue Cross. Here we have four, well, technically three. One of them decided to have, skill issue on the device and is not here today. So here we have three candidates. On starting from the most rightmost, we have the Federal Fish, Fishmaster Forever.
Federal
Federal
Fish
Fishmaster
Party.
Forever.
Shut up.
Woo. I said woo.
All
Oh,
right,
woo. Okay.
next
Mwah.
we
Kiss.
have the Royal Imperialist, who really seems to hate the environment. Cole 209. Give it up for Cole 209. And then we have
A girl.
Absent Guy. We have
What?
Absent Guy.
Oh, okay.
And then we have a girl, Herb Salt.
Yeah, I thought he's
I
he's going
have a
for the
feeling this is
transgender, and I
extremely
thought, oh
scuffed.
hell no.
All right, now with the introductions out the way, now on to the questions to see who is most fit for prime minister. All right, starting from the rightmost again, Fishmaster Forever.
Hello.
What are you going to do about? Hey, this seems like a complete silly question, but it's the one that's taking on top of my head. Is hot dogs a sandwich? Are hot dogs considered a sandwich?
I would say no, but again, I guess you could go into defining a sandwich, and if you said anything between a piece of bread, then I guess you could consider. Is this on top? Like I would say no, but
No, this is
I've been
completely
asked.
not on topic.
I've been asked the
First
question,
thing
so I'm
is
going to answer. Thank you. Now please shut up. Anyway, um,
you know
if we're
what?
defining it as anything in between bread, then yes, I would say it is a sandwich. However, would you really consider a burger a sandwich? I personally would not. I find that sandwiches generally aren't all too hot. They're usually like cold cuts, so I would consider a hot dog its whole own category.
All right. You know what? Wise words. Wise words, Fishmaster Forever. What about you, Cole209? Is hot dogs considered a sandwich?
I mean, personally, I'd say no, but I mean, if you change the definition or interpret it differently, then yeah, then it could be, but I'd say no overall.
Okay, what about you? Oh yeah, I forgot he's not here. What about you, Hersal? Is hot dogs considered a sandwich?
I personally would say no, hot dogs are not a sandwich. I know some people do think that they could be a sandwich, and I would see why they would reason that. But personally, I do not think they are a sandwich.
Okay, now
Unanimous
silly questions
agreement.
out the way. Fishmaster Forever. If you were elected prime minister, would you tax the population? And if you do, why?
Was saying now everyone would be taxed and the money would go towards pay the money would go towards projects to better the nation, like kind of like the B1 highway that uh current Prime Minister Cole 209 had put into progress. So yes, there would be
You know
taxes. It
what?
would be minor, but like not too high. A reasonable tax. Reasonable tax.
All right. All right. Fair words. Fair words. And actually pretty wise. What about you, Cole209? Are you going to
I
tax the
would go
population?
for an unconventional no tax system. And when we need building or resources, we could use scrap resources or we could build a farm and I will build it on my expense without any taxpayer dollars. Obviously, if it is too expensive, then I can ask for communal support. But overall, no taxes. Taxes bad.
What about
Damn, call
what about you, Herbsal? Are you going to tax the population if you're elected?
If I was prime minister, I personally would not tax them for two reasons. One, because I don't really see the point, and two, most of the people on the server, I'm not saying everyone, I think some of the people are very much wealthy, but some of them do not have much to their name. Um, but I also don't really see the point. So no.
Okay. Next question. What if you were elected prime minister? What are your foreign policies with
Foreign
other
policies.
nations?
Well,
So basically, like
obviously,
two
they would
people.
not receive much support from our nation other than potential trading agreements. They definitely would not be allowed to vote. If they violate our laws, I would definitely there'd definitely be repercussions under under my leadership. And yeah, they would not want to mess with us. Immigration to our fine place is allowed, but illegal immigration is not allowed at all.
Okay. What about you, Colt209?
Um,
What are your foreign policies
we
going to
will
be?
accept all immigrants except for people that we deem have a negative impact on our nation. Um, we don't mind other people that aren't inside the empire. It's just uh, as long as they aren't hostile, we won't resist. Okay. As long as they're not hostile, we won't resist. We'll set up trade agreements, but I am not afraid to step my foot down and do whatever I have to do to get leverage and actually like grow our economy. So like if growing our economy comes at the cost of one of our neighbors, then sure, I don't care.
Alright, what
And
about... Oh, wait, I forgot he's not... Oh, alright. Alright, thank you, Colt209. What about... Oh, yeah, I forgot he's not here. Okay, what about you, Herbsal? What are your foreign policies going to be?
I feel like I would give them their own like wide berth, like they could do what they want. I wouldn't really, if they want to build their own stuff, do their own thing, I don't really care, but if they get in the way of what I'm trying to do, um and it is, I would try and come to some sort of agreement with them, but if that what doesn't work, I would try and step in and take them down.
Alright, next question. What are you going to do about the case of unnecessary violence?
Oh, I would definitely hammer down violence on the people opposing violence on the innocents.
for me, um, violence. I mean, obviously, fun violence, fine, but violence in rooms like special rooms or in special occasions obviously are not allowed. But I feel like this problem has already been kind of dealt with, considering we have a bill saying that if any violence happens
What
after
is
the
happening
warning,
here?
if any violence happened after the warning, then there's the fine which we have set in place, which is 25 diamonds, one netherite. So, um, yeah, that's basically it. I feel like this situation has been dealt with.
Okay. What about you, Herbsal? What are you going to do about this unnecessary violence?
I feel like if the unnecessary violence is for the sillies and everyone is like okay with it happening or they're laughing, that's fine. But if it turns into something where they're getting annoyed by it or it's genuinely like it's been like 5 minutes and they're still repeatedly killing them, then it should be stopped and there should be like some sort of punishment, either like short imprisonment or some sort of fine or something like that.
Well, obviously, I would put a stop. Well, define eco-terrorism, because if you mean like just destroying things for the fun of it, then obviously hammer down on that. There'd be fines. So if there's unnecessary destruction of the forests, mountains, whatever, we want to keep the environment nice and healthy so that we don't exploit its resources and we can create a sustainable sort of environment for us so our nation does not collapse. So obviously, eco-terrorism is a no-no, and there'll be uh, high risks towards violating the laws that I will place against eco-terrorism.
Okay. Thank you, Fishmaster Forever. Now, Colt9, with your history of eco-terrorism,
Okay, so
what are
my
you going to
take
do about it?
is we'll make some like parks, like national parks, where you cannot touch the environment at all. You cannot
Bodyguard on the podium.
you cannot like disrupt the environment, and then anything that isn't a nature reserve or a national park, we will not have strict enforcements, so you can do pretty much whatever you want as long as it's not too excessive. This is good because it encourages wealth and profit. So that's why I would be very loose when it comes to these problems.
Okay, so as a victim of eco-terrorism recently, what is your take on this issue?
Um,
And stop throwing chicken,
I
please.
feel, for me, if the eco-terrorism happens somewhere where someone has not already built, or it is like free land and they haven't claimed it or anything, that is fine. They're just basically claiming new land. But if it has already been claimed, if it's someone else's land, then there should be fines. There should like heavy fines because someone has spent their time building that, and I feel that it is not right or ethical to be doing that. So heavy fines, very very heavy fines. I do not like it. I want it gone.
Next questions. What are we going? Next questions. Okay. What are we going to do for people like him?
Like who?
Your bodyguard, Stevie. He acts like a complete doofus.
Oh, there will be multiple end rod probing machines designed specifically for him
Okay, next.
and him alone.
Next.
No.
Don't continue.
Okay.
Next.
I'll make a jail, a little mini jail to hold people, and you can do a little punishment. And this would be good because a lot of people are too broke to pay fines, so they can either pay the fine or they can go to jail.
They could
So
fight in a combat
sounds fair.
arena.
Yeah, that too.
Okay,
Hunger
so
Games.
follow-up question. Okay, follow-up question specifically for you. How are
Okay.
you going to keep the prisoners in prison?
Uh, Easy. It'll be a giant obsidian box, and they won't be able to do anything about it. So, like, they're just gonna be trapped in there, and they won't be able to kill themselves either. So they'll just be stuck in there, and then we'll be the ones that let them out.
Well, I think it depends on what they're doing. I think the crime should fit the punishment. So if it's something light, then maybe a stern telling off, maybe um, jail time. I don't know. But if it gets really bad, maybe fines, maybe more jail time. Um, but yeah, like I said, the crime should fit the punishment. So it depends on what they do. Should define what happens to them.
Okay, fair answer. Fair answer. So, like, now we're basically. Next question. If you are elected prime minister, what projects will you prioritize?
Is land reclamation because again we have a land shortage. It's mostly water. This dude is trying to make freaking Waterworld, that movie that completely crashed at the box office. We don't want to repeat that here. We're going to reform the land so that each citizen will have a certain allotment of that land to build their property on. Anyway, that's the first priority is to get that land situation sorted out. Priority 2 there would be to start focusing more on resources like wood, like like tree farms, and I think we already have. I think we have a good economy with the villager hall, so I wouldn't focus too much on that right now. But yeah, basically projects that would help the nation's overall resources and land, and yeah,
Okay. One of
Okay,
them.
bodyguard off the podium, or else you will be punished.
that gave all of us a goddamn aneurysm. Anyways, where we left off, Cole, what are your priorities if you
Um, my main priorities are I am gonna make sure mobility is one of the things. I'm gonna build some roads, especially to the combat area that is the combat city that used to be the business district. I'm gonna build a road there. I'm gonna make sure to mob proof the entire empire because since the expansion of the empire is not completely mob proof. I will do that. I will focus on architecture, so like nice buildings and stuff. And I will also build a lot of wacky, cool things that people will find fun. So that would be pretty good. I'll also subsidize people that try to start businesses or build cool projects.
okay?
That's what I'll do.
I'm not sure about that last part. What about you, Herbsol?
I would probably focus on expansion and like making sure that we have good relationships with other people. So anyone who isn't part of the nation could
That was great.
um, we can communicate and try and build better relationships, better trade agreements, stuff like that with them, so that we have more opportunities to expand and grow as a nation. Um, and obviously, I would try and expand. So either make agreements with the other nations to build into their territory a bit, or into free land that's not in other people's territories. Just yeah.
All right. Next question. What do you? Okay, this one, I'm not sure if there's even a solution to this, but just this for the funnies. What are you going to do about the mentally insane
Like on this server, that's pretty
on the
much
server? Like, just
everyone.
what just happened?
That's pretty much everyone on this server. There's really
Yeah,
no
we're
there's
all complete
no
other nutcases.
yes. So I would say probably nothing, honestly, because then that would, if I really wanted to solve the nutcase problem, that would be to eradicate every single person on this server, and I don't feel like mass genocide of everyone, including myself, just yet. Maybe later, not right now.
Okay. What about you, Colt09?
I will take the same approach. I encourage mental illness in my nation. People can do
Uh,
whatever they want when they want. I don't care. It's funny, so I don't care.
yes, but first, Cole, we gotta get that law approved by the king.
Nothing. I won't do anything about them.
Okay, so we got good answer, terrible answer.
Well, even though our answer was pretty much the same thing,
Hmm.
just
Yeah,
worded
the answer
differently.
was the same thing, but different approaches on
Huh?
like what will continue to happen. What about you, Herschel? I have two.
Um, I don't feel like there's much we can do, considering everyone who is currently running is part of said group. But if people
Not
really
just
wanted
running.
it,
Not just running. Literally everyone on the server.
yeah,
Including me.
yeah.
I
But if
am.
people really desperately wanted it and they think it would be really funny, I think we could find someone who could provide free therapy for us.
Free
Just get
therapy.
someone and force them to listen to us talk about our problems.
It could be
Yeah, I'll
me
do
if
My
that.
I'm out
sister
You
alone.
know what? I'll just do
volunteers.
that
My sister
later. Yeah,
volunteers.
sure. Next question. This allows you to basically rip on the other candidates.
Oh yay!
Next question. Why shouldn't you vote for the other three candidates? Yes,
You should
insult
not.
Ben.
Okay, this man, he likes to he likes much deforestation. He's going to destroy every single thing that you build. He does like mass genocide. He can confirm that. And yeah, I personally think this guy is going to
Oh
make
my
life
god.
living hell for the average person. He is most certainly going to make life really good for himself. He's going to prioritize himself over everyone else on in the server. Then there's this one who, like, I don't really know what, like, there's nothing much to say about her, honestly. A lot of the things she said is just pretty similar to stuff I said, just like more tame, more chill, which is less interesting. Kind of bland, not gonna lie, like potato chips.
And then what about our third candidates?
You mean second? Oh wait, this guy, Fen. Okay, he's not even here. That shows how unresponsible he is.
You know what? If I wasn't the host, what about you, Cole209? You have a lot of dirt you have a lot of stuff uncovered by Stevie. What are you going to
Okay,
do?
sure, buddy. Okay, anyway, Fen isn't even. I'll start with Fen because he's the easiest, the most. He's just the elephant in the room. He couldn't even show up. He's been on the server once. No one really knows who he is. No one really cares about him. He's pretty useless. He only really cares about himself. He's too bad at the game to actually help anyone else. He's just incompetent at doing his job. He's kind of dumb. There's this one. She doesn't even live really in the Empire. Um, she isn't as on as much as me. Yeah, that's fair. She will prioritize the environment over the economy, which is EU. And then there's this one. This one, he's just copying me, honestly. He's
How
just
so?
copying me.
How
Because his
so?
bills are so, even though you answer the questions before me, your bills will be the exact same. The only difference is I get on more than him, and I'm a better builder than him, and I do more communal projects than him. So, and he
You know
also
what,
just said he was
Sammy?
running for fun, so he's not taking this seriously.
Okay, so herb salt.
What?
Why shouldn't you have the other three? How should I put it nicely? Moronic compounds.
Screw
Okay,
you.
maybe I deserve that one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why shouldn't these other three gentlemen be prime minister? Go on,
Well,
roast them.
I'm gonna start with the obviously. One of them couldn't even show up.
All right, everybody just everybody just stare at Ben.
Well, you mean where he's supposed to be?
Yes, he's
Well,
not
yeah,
here.
just stare where he was supposed to be.
That's gonna be a great thumbnail for the debate.
Fen, fen, fen.
All right,
Next, the other two, they just, if I'm being honest, they're kind of annoying and self-centered. And I feel like they would prioritize helping themselves rather than helping everyone.
Shh, 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 shh.
not violence.
So instead of helping everyone on the
No
server,
fish
they would
fighting or
try and
murder all of
prioritize
you.
helping themselves or helping what they think would make them more profitable. So I would make sure that everyone, if not everyone, then the nation as a whole, or the ground it's on at least, is um could you thank you. Um would be very well protected and or uh profited from.
Called capitalism.
Okay, and you know
God
what?
damn.
Just for the funnies, what about your opinion, Fan?
Well, personally, I think Fishy's an idiot.
Okay,
That's all I have to
Fish,
say. That's all he would say, honestly, if he were here.
Yeah.
okay, cricket noises for Fan.
He doesn't even know my name.
I mean, okay, next question. Would you add the American Constitution if you were elected prime minister?
The American Constitution, honestly, I think that country's like base, they did a really good job in designing their country, the founding fathers. So honestly, yeah, America's a pretty good model. If as you've seen, like they're the most powerful country in the world. Obviously, you would want our nation to be similar to them. We would want our nation to be powerful. So why not model off of the most powerful country in the world?
You know, you know what? Strong. You know what? You know what? Controversial opinion. Pretty good answer.
How is
What
that
about you, Cole
controversial?
209?
Okay. The Constitution. I think we could use it. We could also adjust it because more. Imagine the freedom of the Constitution, but more. When
Damn.
I'm elected, there will be as few rules as possible, yet everyone will still be free, and there will be no crime, and people will still be happy, and you'll be as free as possible. I will have zero zoning laws, building laws. I'll have very restricted, so people can still build and do stuff without
You mean
having to worry about running into legal problems. What?
you mean unrestricted, right? You said very you have
No,
you said,
I'll unrestrict building.
oh, okay,
Sorry.
good. Yes, because you said restricted, and that
Yeah,
kind
no.
of cut
Basically, I'll
everything
unrestrict
you're
things
saying.
as much as possible while still keeping things working and functional to a good degree.
So, yeah, if you were elected prime minister, Herbsalt, would you add the American Constitution?
Personally, no, I would not add it just because
Ew.
we are not Americans. I think if we really wanted to, we could make our own constitution have our own rules, make our own set of rules, make our own constitution. But no, I do not think we should add the American Constitution to
You know
our
what?
nation.
If we were to write our own constitution, he's writing it. He seems to be the most sane out of all of us.
It's still gonna take. It's gonna be a lot of work, and Sammy does not like work. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, he's gonna pass it on
Yep.
to someone else.
You know
Most likely.
how much work it is to write a freaking constitution. It is a
lot.
lot of work.
A lot.
Yeah,
Years.
you know Sammy. He's gonna get it in a day.
It's like worse than writing an essay.
He's gonna finish it in a day.
Much worse.
Way worse. It's like writing a billion essays.
Yeah, even like a trillion essays, I would say.
I will volunteer to
You
write the
mean, yes, you're
Constitution.
good at it, but like,
No, you're
would
not.
you actually?
Okay.
But
Okay.
would you
Next
would you
question.
actually? Yeah, okay.
Next question. What is the best Minecraft cat variant?
Minecraft cat variant.
And if you don't know the name, just describe it.
Okay, so personally, I've always kind of liked black cats with green eyes, just because they're supposed to be freaky or whatever. So it's like, yay, freaky cat, let's go. Anyway, that's what I like. Oh, also,
Okay.
I like the
Before
white
I can
cat. I think
before I
the white
continue,
fur looks cool as well. White fur,
before
yellow
I
eyes
continue,
also looks good.
was there racism behind that? Or you just think of that? Is that
Which
just your
which one?
your favorite one being the black cat?
There's no racism behind that.
Okay. What about you, Cole?
Surprisingly. Oh,
Yes.
for me, I like the tabby cat, like the Garfield. It looks like Garfield. It looks cool. It's a good looking cat, but I think they're all great. So
Good
yeah,
looking. Hey yo, cool. We gotta talk here.
Okay. So while they're talking, what about you, Repsol? What is your favorite Minecraft cat variant? And no fist fighting.
Banking.
My favorite cat variant, would either be the one that's like almost like it has like blue eyes. It's like a gray with like light brown accents.
Next one. If you were elected president, will you make a law that forces Sammy to go outside
Jelly cat
for
is
an
best.
hour a day?
It's prime minister, and also I would make him outside 2 hours a day. Honestly,
Does Sammy go outside
yeah,
more often?
I'm planning to get him outside. I'll take some of his workload if he comes outside. I mean, we're already planning on going camping in August. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm already planning to do stuff. Actually, it's me and him. So, me and him are kind of helping him get outside. So, we both take credit for that one.
All right. What about you, Hersel? Are you going to get Sammy outside? Awkward
Yes,
silence.
if I have the opportunity to. I don't have many opportunities to, but any opportunity I get, I will try and put him outside.
All right. And before we continue, how do you pronounce Julius Caesar? Nice.
How do I pronounce
This is a
Julius Caesar?
serious question.
No. I'm literally scrolling through a list of questions.
What? This is what they posted?
Okay,
Oh my
I
this is
God.
what they
pronounce
actually
Julius
genuinely
Caesar
submitted.
as Julius Caesar. I don't know if that's the most accurate way to describe his name, but that's what everyone says, so that's what I'm gonna say.
What about you, Cole 209? How
You
do you
have
pronounce
to-
Julius?
I mean, you can go Julius Caesar or Julius Caesar, but Julius
Sounds
Caesar.
kind of gay, bro.
Where
Second
the
one
f-
sounds
okay?
gay.
One question: where the hell do you get the O in Julius or Julius? How the hell do they pronounce that?
Julius
Yeah, where the hell did the
Caesarus.
O come from?
Caesarus.
Caesarus.
Jesus
Caesarus.
Christ!
That's if he's Hispanic.
Maybe this is a
Yeah,
walk
it's
in early.
Spanish
All right.
or Vanish.
What about you, Herbsalt? How do you pronounce Julius Caesar?
Pronounce it Julius Caesar.
You're gay.
Okay, it seems like everybody has that. Okay, next question and final one. Oh, okay. What is the meaning of life?
The meaning of
Wrong
life
answers
is good.
only.
Wrong answers only. Let's go.
Yes,
The meaning
I
of
just
life.
added the last part. I want some laughs.
Wrong answers. Let's go. The meaning of life is to get as many bitches as possible and die to the die to an STD as fast as you can.
What about you, Colsona? What is the meaning of
Okay.
life? Wrong answers only.
The meaning to life, destroying the ecosystem, exploiting everything around you to get as much leverage and money and wealth and fame as possible, and then
bitches.
continue on with Stevie's plan. And then Stevie's plan takes over.
Okay. What about you, Herbsol? What is the meaning of life? Wrong answers only.
For women to serve a man and to carry their babies.
Yes, that's the
That's
right answer.
history.
That's the
That's
right answer.
history.
Right there, the correct answer.
Okay.
Away!
Well, those
Oh,
two
yo,
are
like
Go away!
fight,
Sandy, Stevie's beating up a woman. Stevie's beating up a woman.
As it
Stevie's
should be.
beating up a woman.
Make me a sandwich, biatch.
No, I'm gonna die.
There's my sandwich. Here's my sandwich. I got my sandwich.
How could you kill a woman?
Okay. Yeah.